Greetings from the dark side. I'm C. Andrew Nelson, actor, visual effects artist, animator, voiceover performer, and genuine Dark Lord of the Sith. And, sometimes things go crazy. What is it that Han Solo said? Everything under control, situation normal. But it's okay. We're good. We're here. We're live. And I am happy to be streaming for you, and I'm happy to be doing this live stream for Streamily.com, which is a wonderful company. Just a great idea here. Thank you all for hanging in there with me. For those of you who don't know me, but just kind of figure out, what is this? Who is this guy? What's going on here? I am an actor. I am a visual effects artist. I'm an animator, voiceover performer, and writer, producer, director. I spent 12 years playing the character of Darth Vader for Lucasfilm and the Lucas companies, for film and television and games and commercials and print and everywhere the character was needed, 70 times over 12 years. My wife made me keep count after a while. So, but besides being an actor, like I said, I'm also a visual effects artist and animator, and I spent about 6 years at LucasArts, the game company, designing and creating a lot of Star Wars games and non-Star Wars games. And then I transferred over to Industrial Light and Magic to work on the effects for the Star Wars prequels, not unlike that one right there, and movies like Galaxy Quest. Oh, I'm getting some glare on this, aren't I? Here, let's see if I can get rid of that. No, I can't get rid of the glare. What's going on? There we go. Is that better? No, it's like, what's going on here with that? Oh, well. Perfectionist. Okay. There's got to be a way to get rid of that glare. Okay. I don't like glare. Oh, even worse. That's terrible. I'm a professional. Look at this. Okay. So, worked on movies like Galaxy Quest and Jurassic Park 3 and Perfect Storm and Time Machine and Star Wars Episode 2, The Attack of the Clones. And then done a lot of freelance stuff since then for other companies, Disney and Marvel and a lot of other things too. And look at all the wonderful people that are joining in for this right here. Fantastic. Well, let me go on here for a moment here. Pardon with me. So I'm also, as I mentioned, a voice actor. I do voices for games and animation. In fact, I even voiced the character of Luke Skywalker for some of the LucasArts games when Mark Hamill wasn't available. So apparently that makes me the first actor to officially portray both Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker. I am my own father, or my own son, or however that goes. Seems odd. But anyway, I'm doing this live stream for Streamily.com, which is a wonderful service. Because I was a fan long before I was ever in service to the Empire. And I never lose sight of that. And although I do a lot of conventions around the country, around the world, a lot of signings and everything, I can't get to everywhere. And in this day and age, not everybody's able to get to a show that's near them, and maybe they don't have a show near them. So Streamily does a nice little service, and what they have is they have signings. You can go on their website, and you can find all the different, not just me, but there's all these wonderful, performers and actors and artists and celebrities, and I don't like the term celebrity that much, but I use it in the context of we are celebrating what these people do, okay? Not in the context of the Kardashians or something like that, where it goes all weird. But anyway, no ego involved or anything like that. It's just celebrating things. But you can find all these wonderful people on there. Many of them friends of mine too, and my colleagues. And rather than going to a convention, the convention essentially comes to you in a virtual signing like this. And so I'm doing a live signing right now, right here, today. We've got several people that have signed up for this, and I'm very grateful for that. And I do these signings myself personally to raise money for the Starlight Children's Foundation. I've been doing that since 2005, since my very first convention appearance. And so, this helps me help them. So, so that's what I do here, and Streamily has helped me set that up so that I could do that. So, great. Glad to see, the people that are here. I even know some of you. How about that? So, and of course, I'll try to make this interesting for you too. If you haven't, signed up, to order something through Streamily, that's fine. we're here to chat. That's okay. Okay? But got a number of different photos here that I'm going to be signing for people, and we'll talk about all that too. So let me go up here, and I'm going to get, my monitor is right over here. I hope my fish tanks are not making too much noise. I've got fish tanks over here. Fish tanks. That is my all-consuming hobby. So yes, Darth Vader is a fish tank fanatic. It's been my hobby since I was a wee Padawan. I was, like 10 years old or something. So, hi Shelley, I see you. Okay, people are commenting to me. Yeah. So let me get the orders that came through here, so that I can start signing them for people. And so the nice thing about Streamily is that you can go there, you can pick out which photo you want from whoever it is that you're ordering from, and you can there's a space for you to put in who you want the photo made out, the signature made out to. It can be personalized to you or someone else, and so there's a place to fill in for that, or not, And there's also a spot for special instructions, so you can put in, like, oh, can you have him inscribe it this way, or say this, or that, or have her do that, whatever, whoever it is that you're ordering from. And that's great. And then they send that to me, or to one of the other, celebrities there, and then we can sign it. And we do it. And right now, I'm doing it live, so that, if you ordered, you can see this right now. So there you go. All right. So we're going to look at the first one right here. And I'm not going to say their full name, because maybe they don't want that shared everywhere. But this is for Preston. And Preston has ordered this photo right here. Now, every photo that I have, like I said, I've been doing this. I was fortunate enough to play Vader 70 times over 12 years. So every photo has some kind of story behind it. The story behind this particular photo, Preston, if you're watching, you can see this. If the story behind this particular photo is this was a publicity image, a publicity photo for Revenge of the Sith. Big promo photo for it. This is referred to as the Who's Your Daddy poster. This was on a poster that was released, and it actually said "Who's Your Daddy" on it, which is a nice little joke. And I think it came out right. It was just before like Father's Day and everything. So it's a funny little gag. So Preston, I'm going to sign this for you. Now Preston has asked me, and so you can see my desk over here with got all my pens and everything like that, and all my knickknacks and everything. Yes, I've got a lot of Darth Vader things here, and little toys and stuff. Actually, this one makes sound, I think. Ooh, there we go. Yes. So, got a lot of these things. I didn't go out and buy these. People have given them to me over the years, so I've got tons of things. Like, I've even got a Dark Side Tribble. How about that? Sort of, well, we're crossing the streams there. Sorry, I can't do that. So, anyway, so let me sign this for Preston, and he wants me to inscribe it to him and put, "You don't know the power of the dark side." So, let me put that down here. So, to Preston. Talk amongst yourselves. All right. You don't know the power of the dark side. And then I'll put my Darth Hancock on it. All right. And there you go. Right there. How about that? Nice, huh? Okay, here, I'll show it again. Here we go. There you go. There you go. There you go, Preston. That is for you. So, this will be on its way to you soon. And I will be signing more of these now. So, got people coming in, people going out. That's fine. It's, how is it there where you are today? It's, I'm here in the San Francisco Bay Area. which I sometimes refer to as Coruscant. But it's interesting weather we're having right now. It keeps. I won't say it's going back and forth between Mustafar and Hoth, but it's going back and forth between hot and cold here in the Bay Area, which is kind of messing with my sinuses and my family's sinuses as well. So, today it's nice and mild. It's good, and I think it's going to be a good day. This is driving me nuts. This little glare on this. No, I can't get it. Won't go away. Why won't it go away? Let me see. Hang on. Did that take it? Aha! There we go. See? There we are. Got rid of it. It was great disturbance in the force there for a moment. So, okay. So we've done the first one now. The next one. Oh, this next one is made out to no one. They did not ask for a personalization. I'm still getting a glare on this thing. Hold on. That's better. Okay. This is the one they've chosen. This was a publicity photo that was taken up at Skywalker Ranch, and there was it's right around, I want to say like around 2003 or so. We shot somewhere between 2003 we around there. We shot just a massive amount of publicity photos of all the characters, all the main characters from Star Wars, to be used in all kinds of advertising and publicity and toy packaging and magazine covers and everything you can think of. So this was one of them, and I like this one a lot. It's a very stately pose there, and here, I can see if you can see it better. Can you see that? I want to make sure there's no glare on it, and it's a nice photo. I remember posing for this. This is one of the easier ones to pose for. You'll see another one later on that I'll show you that was not as easy to pose for at all. And it looks great, but it was not easy to pose for. This one was nice. But like I said, we just shot it all day long. They set up just a neutral background, which is basically what you're seeing here. And we just spent hours and hours and shot just tons and tons of photos. And it's like, I was a model for a day. I was a model. Okay. So I'm going to sign this one for no one. And I'm going to inscribe it. I don't know. We'll see. Because they didn't say. So, but we will do that. Okay. I don't even know what color pen they wanted. So, oh well. Let's see. What's going to look impressive on here? Well, Streamily sent me a nice little red Sharpie, so I think I'll use red on this. Okay. And there we go. To mystery person. There's your signature right there. Well, it's my signature for you, so there you go. I see you guys waving at me. Yes, Anonymous bought an autograph. Yes. They're part of the Jedi Witness Protection Program, trying to hide from Order 66. That's what's going on. So, all right. So let's move on to the next one here. Oh, the next one's kind of a cool one. So the next one is this one. How cool is that, huh? Again, this was a publicity photo that I shot, and in this particular case, we used a dark background, and you can actually see the studio light right there in the mask there. Oh, I'm giving all the secrets away. All right, but I really like this photo. I really like this a lot, and so this person. We also refer to this one on Streamily.com as the dark side. So this person that ordered this, they want it made out to Ken. I don't know if Ken is their name or Ken is the name of who they are going to give it to, but it's Ken. There's no special instructions or anything like that, so I guess I'll just put what I want on it there. But let's see. Let me sign this to Ken. Exciting action sequence, huh? Okay. Can you hear the squeaking of the pen over here? All right. And there we go. To Ken. The force is strong with you. Can everybody read this right now? I mean, is it coming across as the correct? Because on my little screen right here, because since it's Instagram, I'm using my cell phone to do this, and so it's looking reversed to me. I've got the mirror image. Are you able to actually read it? Looking the proper way like that? Tell me if you can. Everything good, or does it look mirror image to you? Thank you for your help. Nobody's responding. Okay. Does this look right? Is it all backwards or is it forwards to you? It's inverted. Oh no. Okay. Now I have no idea how to switch that then. It looks backwards. Gee. Okay. Oh well, I'm sorry. How do I fix that then? No, I better not touch anything. If I touch something, it'll mess everything up, won't it? Okay. Anyway, so Ken, just hold this up to a mirror, and no, it's fine. It'll be normal otherwise. Funny little story about this photo. I was at a convention in Santa Fe, New Mexico, and at the convention, I had that print with me, and a guy came up and he asked me, "Can you sign that and can you write on it, 'You don't know the power of the dark side'?" I said, "Sure." He says, "Okay, but here's the thing. I want you to sign it in black." I go, "What?" I said, "It's not going to show." I said, "Just trust me, sign it." So I signed it in black. I signed it to him, wrote, "You don't know the power of the dark side," signed my name on it, put Darth Vader underneath it, and he said, "Okay, now hold it at an angle." So, I took it and I kind of held it at an angle like this, and sure enough, I could see it at an angle, but straight on, you couldn't see it. And I thought that was hilarious. So I promised him I would never sign another one like that. He has an exclusive that way. I would never sign another black on black like that. But I thought it was great. So, so there we go. All right. Let me put this over here. Okay. All right. Okay. We are going to be doing another one of these. All right. So I really do like this one. So, and this one is going to be made out to Thor. Thor. Wow. And I'm honored. I'm honored that one of the Avengers would actually, want my autograph. So that's very cool. So. Yes. Someone has asked me, did you get the water heater fixed? Yes. Finally. Eventually, yes. We had a little, not our water heater. My wife has we have a rental property that we inherited from my in-laws, and there were problems with the rental property, and so because I was supposed to be at a birthday party, so happy birthday to Randy. I am so sorry I was not there. Oh gosh, yesterday was an absolute mess. We also my internet was down yesterday. my internet was down, and so I could barely even get a message through even just Facebook Messenger. It's like it was crazy. Our internet, in this area, was down for almost 24 hours. It was like 22 hours. It was down. So, yeah. So, but we move on. We press on. We keep going. So this one is made out to Thor, and Thor says, "If you want, write anything or a quote you want." Wow. Vader's their favorite. Thank you for all you do. Okay, but don't give me a blank check like that, Thor, because I'll just besides all the other things that I do, I'm a comedian, so I'll run with that. Just write anything you want. Okay, fine. To Thor. Thank you for the chicken soup. It was delicious. See you next summer. Darth. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to be a smarty. Okay, let's see. But what am I going to say to Thor? What am I going to put on there? Okay. Stormtroopers assemble. Should I put that on there? No, I can't do that. The Stormtroopers would be no match for Thanos and all of them, because why do the Stormtroopers even wear armor? Okay, can I take a moment here? This is something I've been wondering about for a long time. Why do the Stormtroopers even wear armor? Because they go down with one blast from the rebels. Okay, and the rebels they're we're meant to believe that there's sort of this ragtag group of people that are they're working with whatever resources they can. They've got they don't have the budget and the supplies of the Empire, and yet they've got blasters that can take down a stormtrooper that's wearing that thick armor. Oh, you find my lack of faith disturbing? Thanks. Okay, I see that in the comments there. No. The old joke is that storm and of course they miss too all the time. So the old joke is that a stormtrooper shoots at a Star Trek red shirt and misses. Red shirt falls down dead anyway. So okay, now I got to get serious here for a moment. Okay, moment's passed. I need to sign this here for Thor, and what am I going to put on this? What am I going to put on this? Okay. To Thor. That's a good start, right? To Thor. All right. Let's see. How about? Okay, I'm going to ask all of you. What's a good Vader quote to put on this for Thor? What would be a good one for him? Somebody says here. Danny Zuno says suits are just to make them feel safe. So it's the Empire lulling them into a false sense of security. Great, that's nice. Yeah. I mean, obviously they're meant to intimidate. The outfits are meant to intimidate. But as armor, they don't work. And you'd think that after a certain amount of time, and we know that a lot of time has passed, that the Empire would have tried. They go, wow, our guys are going down so quickly. Maybe we should work on different armor. And like, nah, it's good enough. Okay, but it says here they feel safe, but does actually make them safe? No, it does not make them safe. Not at all. Now, here's the interesting thing about the costumes. Get back to a little trivia here while I figure out what I'm going to write for Thor on this thing. Most of the costumes. Hey, the Predator Bros say hello. Hey, hello, Predator Bros. I haven't seen you for a while. So the interesting thing about the costumes, the main character costumes, like Vader, 3PO, R2, Chewbacca, Boba Fett, those costumes, they look just as impressive in person as they do on camera. Because, you know, the magic of the movies is that through lighting and the way that it's shot, the cameras and the lenses that you use and everything, you know, everything looks so much better through the lens of the camera. On set, it doesn't necessarily look that good. Okay, someone suggests I put "You don't know the power of the dark side." Okay, all right. Oh, I know, it's Thor. Maybe I could say, "You are not worthy." No, that wouldn't be good. So, anyway, so a lot of things on a movie set or a TV set or something, they don't look as impressive in person. You know, the sets are made out of plywood. You know, they look good on camera, not necessarily good in person. The main Star Wars characters' costumes and props actually do look pretty good. The props look pretty good. The costumes look just as good as they do on camera. Except the stormtroopers. Excuse me. Pardon me. Okay. So, gets very parched on Tatooine. So, I've got a little moisture evaporator over here just to fill my cup. Anyway, the stormtrooper costumes, actually, from the original films, don't look anywhere near as impressive in person. They look like plastic. They do. It's kind of sad, but they do. On camera, they look great. They look amazing. But they're very lightweight. I mean, they're not plastic. They are a form of plastic, but they're not like cheap plastic or something like that. But they don't look like, you know, the armor that we're expecting them to look. But maybe that's why they go down so fast, because they're getting, you know, they're just wearing plastic and they're getting shot. So who knows? Okay. Back to serious stuff here. I gotta finish this one for Thor. So, what am I gonna say to Thor here? How about "I have you now"? Oh, that's a good Vader line. Or I could say "Come to the dark side." So, okay. All right. I'm going to do that. I'm going to say "Come to the dark side." There we go. All right, Thor. There we go. I'm sorry it's a reversed image here. I didn't know what was going on. Okay, that's true. Somebody points out here that in Rogue One, stormtroopers killed a lot of rebels. Yes, they did. Yes. And apparently the rebels retaliated right after that and blasted a whole bunch of stormtroopers away on board the rebel blockade runner right at the beginning of New Hope. So anyway, Thor, here you go. Had a lot of fun doing this for you, so I hope you enjoy it. Let me move on to the next one here. And please, I really do encourage everybody to check out Streamily.com. I'm not just shilling for them. I really do think that they're a really good group, a really fun business and everything, and it gives a chance for fans to connect with people that have worked on their favorite projects, and without having to travel anywhere, and because maybe, like I said, maybe the conventions don't come where you are. They don't come nearby, or they're too expensive, or maybe you don't want to travel. Maybe you're concerned about being out in public or whatever like that. Not everybody wants to do that, but they still want to get that connection. Well, Streamily helps you do that. So I'm really thankful to be able to work with them, and they've been wonderful to work with. So please check them out, Streamily.com. A lot of great people on Streamily, including some friends of mine, including a guy named Kenny James, the the voice of Bowser from the Super Mario franchise, and he's done tons of voices for different anime and things like that. Kenny's a good friend. In fact, Kenny and I have been working on a project together called Heroes of Extinction, which is a 7-part superhero audio drama that I am the co-producer, along with Jerry Cornell, the creator of Heroes of Extinction, and I am the director of the project, and I'm the narrator for it. And so it's a great project to be working on. It's the story of a guy named Gabriel Cohen, who's a superhero named True Strike. He's been a superhero since he was a teenager. It's the only job he's ever known. He gets his powers from this alien collective that gives him his super strength, his super speed, and his ability to teleport. They also act like an intergalactic Siri or Alexa in his head, so he gets information when he's in the battlefield. But now Gabriel's turning 50, and his body's changing. It's not connecting with the alien technology like it used to. And his powers aren't reliable anymore. And so the collective has told him, you must find and train your successor, someone who is young and pure of heart like you were. Well, someone, or maybe a group of someones, we don't know yet, are systematically taking out all the superheroes and the supervillains. He has to find out who's behind this. There's also been this plague of these mutant creatures, these half-human, half-animal poisonous things that are unleashed upon the city and are killing people, and his powers aren't reliable enough to stop them. And the love of his life, a scientist who may have been involved with the creation of these mutants, has been killed by one of them. So he has to mourn her death. He has to band together with the remaining heroes and villains to stop these mutants. He's got to find out who's behind all of this, and he still has to locate and train his successor. So we've got a wonderful cast of actors. Like I said, it's an audio drama. So it's all audio, it's full cast, full music, full sound effects, no visuals. So it's all theater of the mind. And so we're working on it right now. The cast includes people from actors that have been involved with Star Wars, Disney, Marvel, Pixar, and like I said, even Super Mario, because Kenny James plays one of the superheroes in this, a character named Earthmover, and so and he does a great job, fantastic job. But there are a lot of people, actually, a lot of the cast members from Heroes of Extinction are on Streamily as well, so you can find them. But it's been a great project to work on. We're actually going to be next weekend. We are going to be at MouseCon in Concord, California, MouseCon convention, and you can go to mouse-con.com to find out about it. And we're going to be having a panel there to discuss Heroes of Extinction and the other audio drama projects that we're working on. Oh yes, there's more. There's more. This is some big stuff that is coming down the pipeline that we're working on, and I'm really thrilled about it. And so it's very, very exciting. So come check that out if you're anywhere near the San Francisco Bay Area next weekend on not this coming Sunday, not tomorrow, but a week from tomorrow, out there in Concord. And you can go to mouse-con.com and find out about it. So someone wants to know here, wish you were back at Pensacon next year. I wish I was too. We'll see. Hopefully they know where to find me, but I would love to come back. I had such a great time at Pensacon, and that's the great thing about it. It's just such a blessing to be able to do this. Is that you not only do you get a chance to go out and meet these fans that are, again, they're my fellow fans, because I'm a fan of this sort of thing as well. But you get to put smiles on people's faces. I get to help raise money for charity, and then you make friends. I've got people that are my dear friends that I met just across a convention table. I just happen to be sitting on the other side of it with a stack of photos and a handful of Sharpies. And that's just kind of what it is. Yeah. The fan side, is that like the gray part? I guess so. So, all right. So we've taken care of Thor. Let's see who else we have here. Hang on. Trying to do these in a particular order, but not necessarily happening that way. Okay. So the next one is going to be this one again. So this is another one of those. This is one of those photos where when I pose for this, I didn't know exactly how it was going to be used. I didn't know it wasn't shot specifically for Revenge of the Sith, but you know, so I'd figured it was just going to be used, you know, randomly for publicity photos. But it was used for the Revenge of the Sith posters and promos and everything. And then, of course, they obviously added a lot of, you know, Photoshop shop stuff all over it. So anyway, this one is for Pedro. And Pedro wants their full name put on there, but I'm not going to mention what their full name is because, you know, give them a little privacy here. But, and their special instructions, none. So I just get to put whatever I want on there, but I'm going to sign it for Pedro. So here you go, Pedro. I'm coming up with a little something here to put on it. There is actually an art and science to signing photos. Believe it or not, there is. This is stuff I've actually thought of over the years. I've been doing convention signings. I've been blessed to be able to do convention signings for, oh my gosh, since 2005, all these years now. But you learn something every time. Okay, so here you go, Pedro. This is for you. And it says, Crush the Rebel Alliance. Now, the art and science to it is you have to make sure that when you sign something like this, that you don't go too close to the edges. Because you have to assume that somebody's going to be framing one of these things. I mean, usually that's what they do. I mean, I'm not trying to be cheeky and say, oh, yes, frame my photo. You know, but most people, you know, they want to put it in frames or something like that. And you have to remember that there's a border around a frame, and it sort of crops inward a little bit. So if you sign too close to the edge, people aren't going to be able to read what you sign once they put it in the frame. So I'm always careful about that, and I try not to sign over anything important, like I'm not going to sign right across Vader's face or something like that. That would be silly, wouldn't it? So there you go, Pedro. That is for you. Okay. All right. So, wait, I have to do a little shopkeeping here. Let me little instructions from Streamily. So let me do that. Again, talk amongst yourselves. Do y'all have plans for Halloween? We never get trick-or-treaters at our house. We have lived here for 21 years, never gotten trick-or-treaters. Anybody want to guess why? No, it's not the stormtroopers that are keeping them away or anything like that. So, okay, that's that. So why do you think we don't get trick-or-treaters at our house? Oh, thank you. Okay, and yeah. Well, that's cool. You're going to be doing some trooping. Great, okay. Because I'm in the farmland? No. Somebody says, if a lightsaber turns on out in space and no one is around, does it really make a sound? In space, no one can hear you slaughter Jedis. If you want to put your address, we'll come trick-or-treat. Ha ha! Nope. Okay. No, the reason why nobody comes up to our house is because we live up on a hill, a very tall hill. And nobody wants to climb the hill to get to where our house is. So it's like, you know, you see the kids out trick-or-treating with their parents, and about halfway down the hill, and you can tell right at the spot where the parents, I've seen them as I drive past, I've seen the parents kind of, you know, look up towards the rest of the hill and go, nah, come on, let's go this way, kids. And they go off on one of the side streets instead. So that's why we've never, in 21 years, ever had trick-or-treaters come to our house. But that's all right, you know. And we usually aren't home anyway. We'll do something else. I mean, we're probably going to be home this year. Probably just going to sit around and watch some Mystery Science Theater or something like that, because that's how I roll on Halloween. But when my offspring were little, we would go off and we'd go to a different event or something like that, and people get they'd put on costumes or something. My son never wanted to do costumes. He never wanted to put on costumes. So it was always at the last minute. Then he'd suddenly decide, I want to do a costume. I want to put on a costume. So I remember the first time that happened, at the very last minute, he wanted to put on a costume for Halloween. So we're trying to figure out, well, what can we do? And my daughter came up with a great idea. She said, okay, we're going to go to the store. We're going to get a pair of cheap, reader sunglasses. Just not sunglasses, but little reader glasses. The ones you can buy that help you with your close-up reading and everything. Pop out the lenses on it. He's going to borrow my hat. I've got like a fedora hat. Okay, and he's going to put on his suit. He had a suit at that age. He was young, but he had a suit, and he's going to put on the suit. And we had and he's going to have a white shirt on and a necktie, but that's going to be open and pulled to the side. And underneath, he was going to wear a Superman T-shirt, so he's Clark Kent. That was his Halloween costume. So he was suddenly Clark Kent, and he thought that was great. So, but it was always at the last minute. These things, he was always jumping in at the last minute to do these things, to wanting to do the Halloween costumes. So it was always an interesting challenge to try to find something, especially when he found out that if you came in costume to Chipotle, that you got a discount on the burritos. So he thought that was great. So then, sign me up. I'll do costumes all day long. In fact, one time he even went in as Shia LaBeouf. He just ran in. They made him up to look like Shia LaBeouf. My wife, my daughter, and he runs in. And he goes, "Just do it!" And they gave him the discount. Actually, they gave him a free burrito that day because they thought that was hilarious. So I like that. A burrito. Boo. Okay. All right. Let's move on to the next one here. Let's see. What do we got here? All right. This one is for Matthew. Matthew, is it you? Is it the Matthew I know, or is it it's just another Matthew? It's another Matthew, but that's great. I'm always happy to know another Matthew. That's great, fantastic. So Matthew also wants this one. So, which is cool. I like this one. I like this one a lot. How can I not like? Somebody comes up to me sometimes. People come up to me at conventions, and they can't decide which one. Because if you've ever seen me at a convention, you know that I've got a lot of photos. I'm very blessed. I've had a very nice career. I've got a lot of photos that are spread out all over the tables that I'm at, and people sometimes can't decide because I give them too many choices, and they'll say to me, "Well, which one of which one of these is your favorite?" And I said, I can't answer that. That's asking me which one of my children is my favorite. I don't have a favorite. So, whichever one does their chores. That's no. I don't have a favorite, but I like them all. But this one is actually pretty cool. So, all right. So we'll sign this one for Matthew. I used to have a problem spelling the name Matthew. You're going to get random stories from me today because that's just kind of how I am today. So, I used to have problems remembering there were two T's in the name Matthew. So I had to learn that it was Matt the W. So that's how I learned how to spell Matthew. That was many years ago. My spelling has improved much since then. So, all right, we're going to sign this for Matthew, and they want me to say, they said, "Can you put, you don't know the power of the dark side?" Yes, Matthew, I can do that for you. This is for you. All right, so to Matt the W. You don't know the power of the dark side. I should by now, shouldn't I? Yeah, I should know it. And there you go, Matt, the W. Here it is. Sorry, it's reversed on the screen there. I'm going to try to fix that for the next time. I had no idea. All right, so... Okay. My friend Matthew from Star Booking Management, who helped arrange this for Streamily. Thank you, Matthew. He says, my way to tell people to remember it is it's 2 teas with sugar, no milk, and remind them that I'm a tea drinker. That's great. I love that. All right. Let me take care of a little something here. So I'm writing a little bit of information on here so that Streamily knows which one is for who. Because, what if I got requests from 5, 6, 7 people all named Matthew? So I have to make sure that they know which one it's for. So I'm making a little notation for them. That's right, I spill all the magic here, don't I? Okay. Okay. So let's move on to the next one. Okay. We got a new one here. So, and I'm going to ask again, okay? I got another question for you. So, what's the best Halloween costume you ever had? And what's the worst Halloween costume you ever had? So, now, I don't have, before anybody asks, I do not own the Darth Vader costume. It goes back to Skywalker Ranch. It went back to Skywalker Ranch every time I wore it. I don't own it. I don't even own a glove. That's fine. I've got photos. I've got memories. I've got paychecks. I'm okay. But, so I don't have that. Because people would ask me, well, do you wear the Darth Vader costume on Halloween? I was like, no, it's not mine. It belongs to Lucasfilm. So, hey, I know that person. How you doing? Somebody just joined. So, no, I don't. That's not. I don't have that costume. It's not mine. But what's the best costume that you've ever worn on Halloween, and what's the worst? I'll tell you my worst one. This was back when I was in grade school, and I thought it would be cool to have. What is this? Have I ever been wearing the Vader costume on Halloween? No, I was never wearing it on Halloween. That never happened. But so the worst costume I ever had was when I was in grade school. I thought it would be cool if I dressed up as Kermit the Frog. Because I love the Muppets. So I thought, okay, I'm going to dress up as Kermit the Frog. So my mother is a wonderful costume designer. I mean, she's done it professionally, I think. But this is back before she was doing it professionally. And she had made great costumes for me before, in the past. So we tried to put together a Kermit the Frog costume. It was so sad. It was just, I mean, I had like green swim fins and a green leotard and, like the little felt collar around the neck, but the mask never worked out. And I had weird little, frog hands made out of felt. And it was like, I looked like the prototype that they show the investors so they can try to get some money to make a real Kermit the Frog. It was just really, really sad. But Patricia is here. Hello, Patricia. How are you? Patricia says, I had several that were basically the big plastic bag with a mask. Oh, yes, I remember those. Yes. I had Tiny Toons, Garfield, and in the late 80s or early 90s. Oh, yeah, those were great, yeah. I think I had a Batman one like that when I was very young. Oh, cute. Kermit, I'm green with envy. Okay. Very funny. Okay. Are there pictures of these costumes, and can I have that signed? Not officially through Streamily. No, you can't, but we'll talk. No, I do actually have some costumes. One of them, actually, probably the most impressive costume I had. There were two of them. One was my mother had made me an exact replica of Christopher Lee's Dracula costume from those wonderful Hammer horror movies, and it was perfect. I mean, just absolutely perfect. The only problem that wasn't perfect was that I was probably maybe 19, 20, and I looked like I was, 15 or so. It was really, really sad. I did not look menacing at all in that costume. But it was a great costume. The other one was my mother had also made for me when I was a senior in high school. She made for me an exact replica of the Obi-Wan Kenobi costume worn by Alec Guinness. And it was great. It was brilliant. But again, I didn't sell it because I didn't really come across well as Obi-Wan Kenobi because I was 18 years old. I wasn't even 18. I was 17 years old, and I was like I was so clean shaven and I looked like I was 12. It was just sad. And so I used to tell people, I'm not Obi-Wan Kenobi, I'm Andy-Wan Kenobi. Because back in high school I was Andy before I went to college and got serious and became Andrew. So there you go. So that's the story. Matthew wants me to send the photo of me as Dracula to Carolyn Monroe, who we both know, who co-starred with Christopher Lee in Dracula AD 1972. All right, I may be willing to do that. I may be willing to do that, Matthew, but we're not circulating it anywhere else. So, yeah. So, okay. So we're moving on to the next one that we're signing here. And if you just joined, we're doing a signing for Streamily.com. A great company that helps people who can't get to a regular convention to still get an autograph from, people that they're interested in getting an autograph from. And my gosh, people are interested in getting my autograph, which is, quite humbling. So, so this is the next one we're signing. And this is for, they didn't leave their name, but they left some special instructions, which said, well, I'll tell you that in a moment. Let me tell you the history behind this, because I'm going through and telling the history behind all these. This is one I was alluding to earlier. So this is part of the same photo shoot as this one. But because we shot so many of these things. But mostly photo. Now this looks great. It's very impressive. Very stately pose here with the lightsaber and all that. Looks impressive. Inside, I am a twisted mess. I really am. Because it's, to get the costume, it's fiberglass, it's leather, it's wool, it's very heavy, and it's very stiff, and it doesn't move as easily as you would hope. And so you don't have a lot of mobility as far as like turning your head on this. And you see that I've got the head turned to the side like this. What you're seeing there, my head right now is sort of mimicking that head there. Inside the mask, I'm actually like this. Just to try to get it as far over, because they kept saying, can you turn your head a little more? Can you turn your head a little more? And it's like, I'm turning it as far as it'll go. But, so I'm like that. So I'm all inside there. I'm like, with my shoulders in a weird angle and everything, and the saber out like this. So if I didn't have the costume on, I'd look like that. Sort of like Popeye getting the snot beat out of him or something. So I looked ridiculous, but in the costume I look impressive. So most impressive. All right. So this person who did not leave their name, they say in the special instructions, surprise me. Woo! Talk about handing me a blank check. Wow, this is... Oh, this is dangerous. Okay, what can I put on this one? Let's see. How about, hey, where are those $5 you owe me? Let's see. Oh, I could be a real snot and just put live long and prosper on it. Oh, I have too much fun. Okay. Yes. Let's see. What can I put on this? It's Halloween Doom Nightmare. I could do that. Yes, I could. I could. Let's see. You haven't seen any Jawas anywhere, have you? I don't know. Let's see. What would I put on this? What should I put on this one here? They just said surprise me. Okay. I could just put, on there. That would be a surprise. Sign it as Luke. Oh, that's great. Okay. Thank you, Jason. I'm gonna sign it as Luke. Yeah. Yeah. I could sign it. What do you mean Padme's dead? Okay. So ludicrous speed. There we go. Oh, that's great. Ludicrous speed. I could sign it ludicrous speed. No. I gotta be sort of serious with this. Surprise me. Okay. All right. I'll do something nice. Let's see. Okay. I'm not signing it to anybody, so let's see here. I'll be kind, because they I'm sure they're gonna get this back and go, yeah, sign it. No. Okay. I really don't like that either. I really don't like that. No. Actually, if it had been me, if I had been directing the prequels, if I had been doing Revenge of the Sith, I actually would not have shown Anakin becoming Darth Vader. I would have left it ambiguous. I would have left it looking like Anakin was dead or something like that. I just would have not shown that at all, so that if you watched them in numerical order and you got to that moment in Empire Strikes Back where Vader says, "No, I am your father," it would still be that kind of shock, like, oh my gosh, so because back in 1980, when that played in theaters, and I was, in line, opening day to see that, we were all like, no, oh my gosh. And the line that they actually told Dave Prowse to say on set was, "Obi-Wan killed your father." That was the line. Up until they were about ready to shoot, nobody knew that Vader was Luke's father, except for, obviously, George Lucas, Gary Kurtz, the producer of the film, and Lawrence Kasdan, the writer of the film. And at the last minute, just before they went to start shooting, they told Mark Hamill, so that he would have the proper reaction and everything like that. So kudos to Mark, because that's why he gives such a great performance there. I really like Mark Hamill. I think he's an incredible actor. I really do, and a nice guy, a really nice guy. But yeah. But it's interesting. That's one of those scenes that is very definitely sort of the Mandela effect thing, where you think you remember something a certain way, but that's not the way that it is. And everybody and people come up to me all the time at conventions and say, they think that the line is, "Luke, I am your father." That is not the line. The line is, Luke says, Vader says first, Obi-Wan never told you what happened to your father. And Luke says, "He told me enough. He told me you killed him." And then Vader says, "No, I am your father." That's the line. But so many people remember it as, "Luke, I am your father." And that's not what it is. Go back and watch it. Go back and watch it. It's just like, Casablanca. The line, "Play it again, Sam." Not in the movie. It's not there. Humphrey Bogart says to Sam, he said, he's talking about the song, as time goes by, it's the song. And he says, you played it for her, you played it for me. If she can take it, I can. Now play it. That's the line. So, there you go. Hey, Paul is here. How you doing, Paul? Ah, my good buddy Paul. All the way from Coventry. What time? Oh, are you at work right now? Are you home? Anyway, so I'm going to put something on here for the no-name person who wants me to surprise them. Oh, I know what I can put. I can put, you're adopted. So, anyway. I'm having too much fun. Okay. So. Okay, what can I'll put on here? I'll put something nice. I'll put something decent on here. Okay. And then there was a lull while he signed. Okay. There we go. I just put, the force is strong with you. And I know, it's kind of anticlimactic after all this pranking and everything like that. But hey, there we go. All right. And by the way, you were adopted. So just letting you know. Sorry. I said to surprise you. Okay. Okay, now I have to write a little number on the back of this. So Streamily knows who this is going to because they didn't leave their name, did they? So there we go. So make sure that's dry before I flip it over to try to sign it. So again, what's the worst costume you ever wore on Halloween? Probably one when you were a kid. Okay, so there's got to be a couple people in here that haven't answered that yet. Hey, Mark, how are you? Good to see you. There we go. We got more special edition royalty in the house here. Mark Austin is here. How are you, Mark? Yeah. All right, so I'm writing this little number on the back of this. So, yeah, you joined right at the most interesting part here, Mark, while I'm just taking notation on the back of this thing here. There we go. That goes over here now. Okay. Let's go to, okay, we did number 10. So let's see. Now I got to do number 11. Let's go to number 11. Okay. And with number 11, we're back to this one here. So this is the one we're going to be signing this time. Oh, let's see what we got here. So best costume, Living TARDIS. Oh, that's cool. Worst costume, I can never quite get the Jedi costume right. It's not a practical costume. It's not an easy costume. People think it is. It's really not. Mark says, worst costume, maybe an awful Nacho Libre costume. I would pay money to see you dressed up as Nacho Libre, Mark. That's funny. Paul says, I got a 13-hour shift because of clock scope. Oh, that's right. Oh, wow. Fun. Okay. So, but yeah, okay. So this is the next one. Again, oh, seems to be a popular one. So this one is going to be made out to Robbie. Now, this is actually kind of cool, okay? So I have instructions here. Robbie, it says, Robbie is visually impaired, so can you please put wherever you think will be most visible? Thank you so much. Sorry for the extra bother. It is absolutely no bother whatsoever. I will make this as visible as I possibly can on here so that, so that Robbie can see it, all right? Because that's what I do. That's how I roll. I am all about the fans. So let's see here. Let me figure out. So that means I could either do black up here, nice and big, or I can do something down here at the bottom, like a silver or a red or something like that down at the bottom in the black area. So I think I'm going to do black. I think that's probably the safest bet there and the most contrast. I'm not sure. Because I know what the silver will look like on it, but I don't know what the, let's try the silver. I got a bunch of these, so I can, Robbie's here. You're Robbie. Fantastic, Robbie. Okay. Then I can give you, I can ask you. All right. I can either sign it at the top up here in black, nice big letters, or I can sign it down here in the bottom in silver and see how that looks. What do you think, Robbie? That's cool. I didn't know that was you. Okay. Fantastic. So, as we wait for Robbie's response, I'm going to drink water. Don't use your Jedi mind tricks to try to, get Robbie to make the choice you want. Come on. This is all about Robbie. Top sounds good, says Robbie. Okay, we'll do that. So you get the extra large signature, Robbie. So. Okay, I know it's reversed here, but hope you can see that. Okay. Yeah, I'm wondering too, Mark. Are there pictures of you as Nacho Libre? No, it's not too much to ask, Robbie. It's not too much to ask at all. At all. I am here for you. This is why I do this. Okay? I am very fortunate and very blessed to be able to do what I do. And I don't take it for granted. As I think I said earlier, I'm an ordinary guy who gets to do extraordinary things, and I don't take that at all for granted. So I'm all about the fan. That's it. Because, and it's not... When people come to see me at a convention or something like this, I know they're a fan of what I do. Hopefully, when I'm done meeting them, maybe they'll be a fan of me too. But that's not the important part. It's all, like Mark says right now, it's fan service 100%. That is exactly why we do it. And Mark and I have done a signing together before. And if you ever get a chance to see Mark at a show, see him. Great guy, wonderful, and he's all about the fans too. That's I don't know any other way to be. I honestly don't. It's why I do what I do. So, and Matthew says this is why I work with Andrew. He and I know it's for the fans. Absolutely, and that's what I love about Streamily also, is because they're also about bringing this experience to the fans, and so that's great. And I'm also glad that I'm doing this through my own account here, because that means I can go as long as I want to on this live stream. It doesn't matter, so until everybody gets a chance to. I am all tangled up here. So my chair has run over my microphone cord. Oh well. Okay. All right. So, Robbie, I have to do a little bookkeeping here. Put a little notation on the back of this so that Streamily knows to get this to you. Because we don't want it going to somebody else named Robbie. So, alrighty, there we go. So now we go to, all right. Making a mess with all of these. What do we got here? Okay. Well, you're welcome, Robbie. You really are. And yes, I will definitely tell Mark about Streamily and introduce him to. They're a lot of fun. They're a good group and everything. So, and I think Mark, you'd be a great fit with them. Anyway, so. Oh no! Stop it! You're going to make me blush now. What's Paul saying here? This guy is 100%. Had the pleasure of collecting him twice. It makes it sound like you were taking me. It's like, the Don wants to meet you. It's like you're taking me off to meet the mafia here. Collecting him twice from the airport and looked after him at CovCon. 100% respect and can not wait to collect again someday. Like I say, genuine, lovely guy. Well, thank you so much, Paul. You are a great guy too. You were so much fun. You gave us the first time we showed up in Coventry back in May. you gave me and Isaac C. Singleton Jr. The tour of Coventry, and we just had a blast. That was great. So, yeah, much love to you and your family, Paul. So, okay, Mark asks, what are you a fan of Star Wars before jumping into the suit? I know I was 100%. Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I saw Star Wars. I even know the date that I saw Star Wars. I saw it on June 16th, 1977. Saw the original film, June 16th, 1977. I was just 6 days shy of my 15th birthday. And so I remember my friends and I, we went to go see it at the Coronet Theater in San Francisco, which is gone now. They tore it down, built an apartment building or something there. But we really didn't know a lot about the movie. I had seen the trailer. That was it. And then I knew, it's like the film had only been out for a few weeks, but it was, a phenomenon already. So we get there, and I remember I had to stand in line for 2 hours just to get a ticket. And then I had to stand in an equally long line. This was I'm talking like blocks long, equally long line to get into the theater. And I don't know how it happened, divine intervention, but I think I got what I believe was the absolute best seat in the theater. And that opening shot, where the Rebel blockade runner flies right over your head, followed by that massive Star Destroyer, I looked up at the screen and I thought to myself, I want to do that for a living. But, of course, there was nowhere to go to learn how to do that for a living, because the guys that were doing that for a living were making that up as they went along. Guys like, John Dykstra and Richard Edlund and Dennis Murin and all these wonderful, visual effects artists that were working at ILM. And Mark is from ILM, so he knows who I'm talking about here too. And, so there was nowhere to go. We didn't have the internet or anything like that, but I was fascinated by the film, and I was fascinated by the character of Darth Vader. And I remember my friends and I trying to figure out who the voice was of Vader, who that was speaking, and we were just fascinated. And I remember also that it was the very first time that I'd ever stayed for the ending credits of a movie. Most of the time, teenagers, movie's over, boom, bolt right out the door. We're gone. As soon as the credits start to roll, we're gone. And I wasn't one of those jerks that would go out the side doors so that there was light spilling up on the screen. But I was gone, usually. Not then. I stayed to watch the credits. And because I thought to myself, all right, I got to find out who made this movie, how did they do it, and more importantly, how can I do this too? And I drove my father crazy. We saw the movie over and over again. Over and over and over and over again. And I drove my father crazy because I had him take me all around the San Francisco Bay Area to every comic book shop, every magazine stand, every bookstore, every library, everywhere I could go to find some kind of information, some kind of interview with these guys that did these effects and everything. And I started piecing things together. And I had a Super 8 film camera. I was borrowing my grandfather's Super 8 film camera, which had like no frills on it. Its biggest feature was it had a zoom lens. Ooh. But my dad bought me another Super 8 film camera, and I'm talking film, not video, film. And I learned to do effects with that. And I was because prior to that, I wanted to be a stop motion animator. I wanted to be the next Ray Harryhausen. And Ray was my hero, and still is. Even though Ray's gone now, he's still my hero. And I started experimenting and trying to do effects and everything like that. And some of the experiments worked, some of them didn't. But I learned a lot, and ended up one of the fun things was I took my Star Wars action figures and I animated them. So I had the Cantina set, which is a big collectible one that was released by Sears back in 1978, and I had that, and I was animating that. So I animated the Luke and Obi-Wan and the droids, pulling up in the sand speeder, running right over a Jawa, and then Luke using his lightsaber to vaporize the land speeder, and they all go into the cantina. Things like that. But I was teaching myself stuff because there was nowhere to go to learn. Okay, well, flash forward several years, and I've already gone into acting and done all that sort of thing. Because I started acting when I was 10. But I'm working in an accounting job, trying to get somewhere into the industry. And I loved Star Wars so much, and I wanted to work at Lucasfilm. And finally, I found an opening at LucasArts, and they were looking for a customer support representative. So if you bought a game at LucasArts and you couldn't get it to run on your computer, and you were all angry, and you looked at the manual and you found that 800 number at the back of the manual, and you called that number and you started to complain to somebody, I was the guy that answered the phone. So I did that for about a year, and then submitted my portfolio to the art director, and she brought me into the art department at the very bottom of the ladder, in a position called art technician. So I wasn't even creating art. I was taking the art that the artist did, which was in millions of colors, and I was taking the palette and I was dropping it down to 256 colors, because that's what Windows could handle at that time. Actually, it was less than 256 colors because we couldn't touch the 32 Windows interface colors. Everything went wonky on the screen. So the first game that I worked on at LucasArts was a game called Mortimer and the Riddles of the Medallion. You've never heard of it. Don't lie to me. You've never heard of it. It didn't sell very well. Great game about a flying snail. When I first started on that game, I was art technician. By the time the game actually shipped, I was lead effects animator, and then became a visual effects supervisor and senior artist after that, and then transferred over to ILM. But yeah, I was a Star Wars fan. Oh, total. I had everything. I had Obi-Wan Kenobi costume that my mother made me. I had all kinds of collectibles. I was back before we even had VCRs. I was taking my Super 8 film camera, and like during awards season, during the first when the original film was nominated for Oscars and things like that, I was filming the TV screen so that I could piece together every little clip I could find to put together my own silent version of Star Wars. This is how desperate I was. This is how geeky I was. So yeah, Mark, I was totally a Star Wars fan in there. And so, but actually working for Lucasfilm and LucasArts and everything was not my first brush with George. My first film that I acted in was Howard the Duck. I was a rocker in Howard the Duck, and mercifully cut out of most of it. But George was right there on set. That was my first brush with George. So as much as he might want to try to, distance himself from that movie, he was right there on set. I saw him. So, yeah. So there you go. There's the answer. All right. So we're going to do this one now. Like I said, we're going to do this one for Lawrence. This is for you, Lawrence. Oh, actually, this is for the person's dad. So the dad is named Lawrence. I'm running over my cord again here. Okay, there we go. So this person says, this is for my dad, who is a longtime Darth Vader fan, and I'd really appreciate it if you would write, "Join me, Lawrence, and together we can rule the galaxy." I like it. That's good. That's what I'm going to do. All right. So we're going to sign it that way. I tend not to talk when I'm signing because I have this interesting. I forgot the name of the condition. It's the opposite of dyslexia. Dyslexia is you have an issue when you're reading things. I have an issue when I'm writing things. So I have a tendency to put the letters in the wrong order. But if I print, and I'm very quiet when I'm printing, I don't have as much trouble. So when somebody comes to a convention, they start talking to me while I'm signing, I have to stop signing every so often and listen and talk to them. So it takes a little while if they're talking while I'm signing. So I'm going to be Chef Crockett for a moment on Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. So okay, so as I sign this here, so. I feel bad that I'm so quiet right now. I really do. Yes, no smudges, no smudges. The Gary Code. Yes, that's an inside joke there. All right, there we go. Okay, and it says, trust me, because I know it's mirrored. I feel so stupid that I didn't get this thing set up that way, right way. Okay, join me, Lawrence, and together we can rule the galaxy. There we go. All right, fantastic. So, I am happy, whoever it was that ordered this, I'm happy to do this for your father, whose name is Lawrence. Fantastic. Let me write this on the back here so it doesn't go to somebody else by accident. So, and thank you all for staying with me or even jumping in for just a few minutes during this live stream. I really appreciate it. It's actually my first time live streaming on Instagram. I usually live stream on YouTube, but I do it not on my C. Andrew Nelson channel, but on my my other channel called Aquatasy. You won't be able to see that because it's all backwards, but that is my channel, Aquatasy, all about tropical fish, because that's the hobby that keeps me from going bonkers. You know, that's why I have, fish tanks in the background. This is just a few of them. I've got at least 6 of them running up in the house right now. I am obsessed with tropical fish. It's my obsessive hobby since I was a kid. Yeah, I didn't actually plan on having a YouTube channel about tropical fish. I was on an online forum trying to get some information about a fish species, and everybody on the forum is like, hey, let's all post videos of our tanks. And I thought, okay, I'll join in. But me being me, I can't just get out the cell phone and shoot something and upload it. No, I got to edit it and add titles to it and music and graphics. I went completely overboard. And then I was looking for somewhere to host the video so that I could put the link on the forum for it. And I thought, well, YouTube seemed easy, but you have to create a channel for yourself. So I thought, okay, well, I'll create a channel, but I better give the channel a name. Well, if I give the channel a name, I better give it a name I can get a URL for, just in case, and it just snowballed from there. So I did the first video, I posted it on YouTube, I put the link on the forum, and everybody on the forum is like, dude, that's great, you should do another one. So I did another one, and flash forward to today, and now I've got, well over 15,000 subscribers, and well over 1.5 million views for Fish Tank channel. But it's Darth Vader's Fish Tank channel. So I've got sassy back-talking fish, which are mercifully quiet right now. They're just angry at me. And I do a lot of videos on, like, teaching videos about aquariums and that sort of thing. I do some that are just, interesting related topics, and then I do some that are just straight-up comedy videos, so, and everything. Let's see here. Yes, I've been being reminded that I haven't posted a video on Aquatasy for quite a while. Well, that's because I have been busy. I've been busy working on Heroes of Extinction and other projects, too. So if you come to MouseCon, if you're in the San Francisco Bay Area and you come to MouseCon, you'll find out about all these other projects that have been taking up my time. But I do have Aquatasy videos in the works, so don't worry about that. There's also a separate Instagram account for Aquatasy, too, so you can check that out as well. Yes, I promise there will be more Aquatasy videos coming up soon. And we will be officially announcing, we're sort of soft announcing all this stuff at MouseCon, but we'll be officially announcing stuff later on. And it's some very, very cool stuff. MouseCon is going to be on, I believe it's a week from this Sunday. So it's going to be, what is that? Is that the 7th? Is that right? Yeah. Next weekend, yes. In Concord, California. So if you go to mouse-con.com, you can find out all about it. We will be having a panel there, myself and Jerry Cornell and some of the cast and crew and Veronica Dempsey. November 6th. Thank you, Veronica. Veronica Dempsey, she's going to be there as well. She's part of our ensemble, our team, our posse, so our whatever adjective or term you want to use. So, yeah. So check that out there. Okay, we've got more to sign here, I believe. Let's see here. I want to make sure I've gotten them all here. It'd be a shame if I missed one. Okay. Let me see. What have I got here? 1, 2, 3. Isn't this an interesting shot? I've turned my back to you here. Okay, 1, 2, 3. So hope I haven't done the same one twice here. No, I haven't. Okay. Okay. Okay, those are all accounted for. See, if I'd been writing the number on the back of these right off the bat, then it would be I would be in much better shape. But you see, I was trying to look at the camera and be nice to you and everything like that. So, fishographs. You want my fish to sign autographs? Oh, good gosh, they've got enough ego as it is. They don't need that. No. Okay, let me do a little housekeeping here. So, big thank you to Streamily also for setting this up, and to Matthew Rose and Star Booking Management for putting this all together. This is so much fun, and I'm so happy to be able to do this. And please, check out Streamily. Again, I'm not just chilling for them. I really do like their service. I think it's a great thing, and it's just such a cool thing. It's something that, my gosh, I can't even imagine this when I was a kid, when I was a teenager, going to conventions, and there were so many conventions I would have loved to go to, but never could, and so many people I would have loved to have met or gotten the autograph from, because I collected autographs. The really funny thing is that back in the day, when I was 15, 16 or something like that, I got Peter Mayhew's autograph, Chewbacca, the actor who played Chewbacca. And, but years later, he became a dear friend of mine, he and his wife Angie. And we traveled together, we worked together, we suited up in costume together, different, for different things. And he was wonderful, and I miss him terribly. But the fact that I've still got his autograph in an autograph book is just so interesting to me. So, let's see here. Okay, I'm going to make sure that I've got all these accounted for, because I do not want to miss anybody here. Okay, there we go. I got to write the number on the back of this one. I still find it funny that somebody wanted me to sign it to Thor. There we go. Okay, that one's taken care of. Now, see, I just got so excited I didn't even, bother, doing all this clerical stuff. I thought, oh, I'll do it at the end, but it's too much fun. And someone else has joined in. Hello, good evening. How are you? Oh, definitely, Robbie. Robbie's saying Streamily is so good. I hope you do something with them again. Yes, I absolutely want to continue working with them. They're great. They're just wonderful. Okay, Mark wants to know, what's the strangest thing you've ever had to sign? Well, first of all, I know other people have done this, but I refuse to sign body parts, whether they're on somebody's body or detached from them. I'm not gonna sign body parts. That's just that's where I draw the line. But oh, Danny's here. Hi, Danny. But I refuse to sign body parts. But the strangest thing, or the most interesting thing I signed, was somebody's dashboard, the dashboard of their car. I signed it twice, because they came back a year later to the same convention, and they said it had faded out because it was in the sun. So I signed it again. I didn't charge them the second time. I just thought I just felt so bad for them. So I signed their dashboard. That was an interesting thing. So that was probably the strangest thing. I've had a lot of interesting things. I did a whole series of signings in Japan several years ago, and the Japanese fans, they were bringing these Darth Vader figures to me, these figurines, big, beautiful things to me, and these were things I had never seen in the United States, and I know these things would have cost hundreds of dollars, and they brought their own paint pens with their own specific formula of paint that they put together in the pen. Okay, it's not like an off-the-shelf pen, and they wanted me to sign with these things, and I thought to myself, oh, dear God, don't let me screw up this signature, because I'm trying not to get my hand to shake and everything, because they were beautiful, beautiful figures that they were wanting me to sign. So yeah, but I'm trying to think of anything else. Somebody had me sign their Game Boy once, for no apparent reason. I signed something else that was kind of odd. What was it? I've signed baseballs before. Shout out to my friend Shamim, who's I signed a baseball for. But I don't know. I mean, there is a connection. I love baseball, and actually, this baseball right here, I actually got to this is for the Fresno Grizzlies. I got to throw out this. It was the ceremonial first pitch at a Fresno Grizzlies game. That was so cool. I mean, what a charmed life. I mean, what a blessing. And this is why I do so much for the fans, because I'm so blessed. I gotta share this. I gotta pay it forward to everything else. Yeah, baseballs are hard to sign. You're right, Mark. They are not easy to sign. And yeah, so T-shirts are hard to sign too, especially if somebody's wearing it at the time. You have to go really slowly. If you're signing on cloth, you have to go really slowly. And my signature, I sign very quickly. It helps with the sort of the stylized look of my signature. So I have to be really slow, and I have to crank it down to about a third of the speed that I would normally sign at. So Paul wants to know, would I do CovCon again? In a heartbeat. Absolutely. I will come back as many times as they want to ship me over there. So okay, let me put the number. I'm supposed to number all of these, so let me do that here. Okay, so let me put a little number on the back so that Streamily knows who to send this to. See, it's a good system. That way, nothing gets lost. And then when it's not a live stream like this, they have all of us shoot a little video so people can see us signing it. So, and that's cool too. And all right, so that's been signed. That one's signed. And what was this one for? Okay, that one's signed. That one's numbered and everything. So let's see, which one is not done yet. There's got to be one more here. So I got that one. Got that one. Got that one. Oops. Got that one. Got that one. And that one. And that one. And that one. I don't think we've done this one. Yep. That's it. Okay, so we got one more here. So it's going to be another one of these, because that's the popular one here. This is going to be to somebody named Xander. Okay. So. All right, Mark. Thanks for dropping in. Mark has to leave now, but yes, there we go. Okay. Funkos, yeah, Funkos are. I've signed a lot of the Funko Pops. I'll tell you who's signed a ton of those is my friend Larry Thomas, the Soup Nazi from Seinfeld, because they came out with one of his character, and it's that's all anybody wants him to sign anymore. It seems like it's amazing. It's just hundreds and hundreds and thousands of pops. So yeah. Wants to know, what con are you doing next in the area? The next con that I'm doing is MouseCon in Concord, California. That would be on the 6th of November. If you want to know where I'm going to be at any given time, you can go to candrewnelson.com and go to the events page, and I list everything there. It's all there for you. So it's the one area of my website that I routinely update because I get so busy. So let me double check something here. Okay, so all right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, good. Yes. All right. So yes, we've got one more to do. Another one of these, and this is for Xander. That's a cool name. Xander, if you're watching, that is a cool name. So, all right. So, and this is to be made out to Xander, and it says, ask Xander to join the dark side, please. Probably not in that manner. No. Xander, would you please join the dark side? Thank you very much. That's awfully considerate of you. No, you probably don't want to do it that way. Yeah, so, yes. Alrighty, so here we go. Grabbing the official Vadery color here, the black pen, and to Xander. Now, should I put join the dark side, or should I put come to the dark side? Well, they said join, so I'll put join. Or I could put join me on the dark side. What do you think? Throw it open to the peanut gallery here. What do you think? Thank you. Your silence is deafening. All right. Join the dark side, we have cookies. Yeah. Okay. I could do that, yes. I have a wonderful pin that somebody gave me. I'm gonna show it to you here. Well, you won't be able to read it because it's all reversed. But okay, so it's got like 3 little check boxes there like that, and it says on it, east side unchecked, west side unchecked, and then the checked one at the bottom is dark side. So I love that. I wear that to conventions sometimes. So I also got this one that somebody gave me, which says dark side on it. So very cool. Draw some cookies. I'm not drawing some cookies. There's very little room for that. Yeah. And then people give me these wonderful pins. It's like I've got one that says, "You take my breath away." So, all right. I'm going to say, "Come to the dark side. We have cookies." No, I'm not going to say we have cookies. I'm just going to say, "Come to the dark side." Alrighty, there we go. Come to the dark side. There we are. You like those pins, Patricia? Yeah. Again, these I don't buy any. The only one I ever bought, and I've had this since 1977, is the original "May the Force be with you" button. That's the only one. That's the only one I've got that I've bought. People give me these wonderful little things. Like I've got like a little lightsaber here that's in a. Somebody gave me, and I keep these at my desk, and I love that stuff. I actually have a Darth Vader pen. This is a pen shaped like Darth Vader. Sorry, I just put my I can't breathe. Okay, so oh yes, I got a wonderful Coventry magnet. Thank you. That's when I travel. I always try to get a magnet from where I'm at, and we put it on the refrigerator. So we've had to cycle some of them out because I've been to so many places. But we very proudly, thank you to Paul's wife Kate. I have one from Coventry because when I was first in Coventry in May, Paul and I and Isaac Singleton Jr. we were walking all around downtown Coventry. Couldn't find a magnet anywhere, and I ended up just getting one at the airport that said London. But it's like I wasn't doing a signing in London. I went through Heathrow, but that's it. But I was doing the signing in Coventry at CovCon. So for months, Paul's wife actually was hunting down a Coventry magnet, and sure enough, she found one for me. Yeah, and my wife really appreciated that because my wife's someone who always reminds me that is, get a magnet. So. That's great. So let me put the little number on the back of this one for Xander so that it gets to Xander. That's great. This is a great system. This is what I really like about Streamily. They've got it all figured out. It's really nice. So, well, this was fun. This was great. I hope you guys had fun. I know I did. And again, if you're in the San Francisco Bay Area, please come out to MouseCon. We've got a wonderful team of people that are going to be on the panel with us, including Jerry Cornell and from Theme Parkology, who's my buddy and my co-producer and creator of Extinction, and the other projects we're working on, like Dark Park and others. We've got Veronica Dempsey's going to be out there and on our panel with us. Jason Braden, Joshua Schaefer, a lot of really cool people, and so we'll be announcing quite a few things, giving a preview of some of that stuff. If you want to find out where I'm going to be otherwise, go to candrewnelson.com, go to the events page, and check it out there. Because if you go to my Instagram account, most of the time you're just going to see what you missed, because I'll be posting photos from it. Wouldn't you rather just be able to be there? Because don't let me have all the fun. You should be out there too. And you can follow me on obviously here on Instagram. You can follow me on Facebook. I'm C. Andrew Nelson on Facebook. I think I'm the only C. Andrew Nelson on Facebook. And then on YouTube, Aquatasy, Aquatasy, like aquatic fantasy. Aquatasy on YouTube and on Instagram. So thank you so much. Big shout out to everybody. Big shout out to Streamily again. And shout out to Matthew Rose and Star Booking Management for setting that all up. Shout out to Patricia Gilliam, who is a fantastic writer and has written one of the projects that we are casting right now, an audio drama that we're going to be announcing to the world soon. Actually, I guess we could talk about it because you've got your book based on it coming out very soon too, called Extinguished Worlds. It is a very, very cool story, and she is a phenomenal writer. And so I'm so glad that you were here for this. I thank you to everybody who actually ordered something from Streamily. I hope you had fun with this. I'm sorry the image was reversed. I feel like such an idiot. But, these will be on their way to you very, very soon. And I'm just so pleased to be able to do that for you. And thank you for helping me help the Starlight Children's Foundation, because that's who I personally raise money for when I do any kind of signing, even through Streamily.com. So blessings to you all. All right. Until next time. Thank you.